That is huge because one, I think you've got to understand it, right? And I know with us, if you're not writing down, for example, okay, hey, look, what my strategy for the day is, what my strategy for the week is, you tend to get lost, right? Whether you follow it by a calendar or you are a list guy, whatever it is, you get lost. So how can you expect to stay engaged and to stay connected with your network if you don't know who they are, right? Life is busy. I mean, with best friends, it's hard enough to stay in contact with. But if you've got a network, it's like, hey, I've got to nurture these relationships because I know I can add value to them, like you said, or I know that, hey, in the future, they may be a good partner for something. There may be something that we can really collaborate on to build something special. Yeah. So if you don't know who those people are, how are you touching those people? How are you continuing to stay connected? So I agree with you. I think that's got to be the first step. But then to your point, when I got into sales and I left football and got into commercial real estate brokerage where I'm going and trying to build relationships. Right. My dad was in sales for 30 plus years with SBC or Pacific Bell, or sorry, Southwestern Bell, Pacific Bell, SBC, AT&T, like telecommunications. And the thing that he said, he goes, look, I'm going to make it really simple. I'm not going to give you this whole sales thing. I'm not going to, he says, before I ever try to sell anything, I give something and I serve. So I'm going to go solve a problem before I ever even try to talk about what I do, talk about the services I have, what they can sell, submit an RFP, whatever it is. I go and I fix a problem for them. Right. That's the first thing I do. So serve your network. Right. That's got to be. So establish it and then figure out, okay, hey, what value can I bring to them? Not because and not for the fact of, hey, if I do something for them, then they owe me. Right. Not that. Right. Because people see through that.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So let's break this down for a second because I'm a little slower and dumber than you two. This is a foreign concept.
You're
to
not
me.
getting an argument. There's no argument.
No argument there. Yeah. This is a foreign concept to me. I'd never thought about doing something like this. So when I first got into real estate, the advice I was given was literally, hey, write down everybody that you know. Right. Who do you have a relationship with? What do they do? How can they potentially help you and serve you in this new job that you're about to go to? Right. So that's what I did. I wrote down every single person that I knew. But then I was stuck. And Tyler, you said, figure out a way that you could serve them. But I didn't know how I could serve these people. Right. So what do I do there? How do I know how to serve people?
How to serve is you've got to find out what the problem is. And that was going to be my next point. In order to serve, you've got to connect with them genuinely and ask questions and get to know them. Because we do it all the time. When we talk to potential tenants, potential clients, is we want to understand what the pain points are. Like, the more we talk, and without saying, hey, what do you hate about your space right now? Or what's going on? It's, hey, man, how are you guys operating? How's this? Is hiring great? Asking questions to them so that you can then gather information. It may not be a direct, like, hey, I've got this problem and I can't solve it. You just hear things. And then also kind of knowing the value that you can bring is, okay, I understand that. I hear that. Okay, this is great. Oh, you know what? You're having trouble hiring. Well, tell you what, I'm gonna put together a labor survey and show you where the available labor for the types of jobs that you're hiring. You're paying it for. And I'm gonna send it over to you, and this is gonna help you. And if it's of interest, we can dig in further, and then I'll help you identify house by house where this labor market is, and then you can go find them. Yeah, I'll do it for you.
At what point do you broach that? Because you're one of the best at this that I know. At what point are you broaching this discussion? So let's say you wrote down a name and it's somebody, maybe it's a friend's dad that you have a good relationship with. You don't see each other that often, but you want to call them up. You want to take them to lunch. At what point in the relationship are you bringing up this opportunity that you can solve a problem for him? Or is it? I think. And I think there's no black and white answer. I get it.
You're looking for.
I'm just asking for some guidance for people who have never done this before.
Look, you know how to network, man. Your character networks for you. Yeah. Like your true character, that's your network, right? I mean, that's the foundation of your network. If you have true character, and it doesn't matter. I don't think you have to look. Writing down things is one thing. I think that's the best way to go about it. And writing down a list. But your true friends, your real friends, they're going to know your character, right? That's where you start. That's your base, right? So I would say this. Always take care of that first relationship that you have, whether it's your best friend that you grew up with as a kid. Always keep those relationships. A lot of the rest of the network spins off of those relationships.